Thirsty and 30.
Hi, Thirsty friends. Welcome to Thirsty and 30, the Blind Leading the Blind chat show on Smarter Love.
Hi, Shari. Hi,
Hi, by the way.
everyone. And I am Bea. So we made the mistakes before, so you don't actually have to. So we got you, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. We are your researchers, right?
Capable researchers. So, say hello to our usual viewers. Hi, Mike. Who else should we say hi to, Bea?
I want to say hi to Jess, who's one of our first probably
Listeners.
first listener. Yeah.
Hi, Jess. Welcome. Welcome back.
Yeah, so Shari, tonight I am beyond excited to talk about this big investment. Sometimes I think it's even before, we talk about Bitcoin or property or I don't know, savings account. I think women need to consider egg freezing. And usually we have a theory. So our theory today is that you can hit the snooze button on your biological clock if you want. You don't have to wake up at 7 a.m. just because, right? You can actually press snooze. And we have a fun little giveaway actually tonight from Nala Women that we felt was perfect for the topic. So we will be giving away a set of really nice tampons made from carefully sourced and organic cotton, because you got to look after there and the bottom too. Yes, this is important. This is yes. So to win,
yes.
Please share this live and comment down below why you think it's important to talk about egg freezing. Yes.
They're great tampons, guys. Okay, so tonight, our guests today are two amazing women. Dr. Aubrey Señeris, an OBGYN from Consulta MD, a 24/7 online and hotline doctor consultation. And as another special treat to our audience tonight, Bea, we have so much special treats. We will be giving out a 1 month free subscriptions with Consulta MD. Just use the promo code KMDTNT when you download the app and log in. So our next guest is Tisha, a beautiful, single, and sometimes ready to mingle woman looking to freeze her eggs. This is going to be a fun discussion. So here's Dr. Aubrey.
I'm excited.
Hi, Doc.
Hello, everyone.
Here is Tisha.
Oh.
Yeah, wow.
Hello. I love your hair, guys.
I know. Ang gaganda ng mga buhok nyo. Di tayo
Hindi
Bea.
tayo nagpa-blow dry na naman.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, hold on. We have a game, guys. We always have a bit of a icebreaker. And tonight, Bea and I decided to do a bit of a game. Bea, you're a bit in the dark here because you are part of the game show. I am the game master.
I'm excited. I wanted to participate in this game.
Tisha, Doc, and Bea is called Choose Your Sperm Donor. Are we excited? All you have to do is pick who is your sperm donor. Let's start with.
Wait. Oh, okay.
What?
No, okay lang. Na-excite lang ako. But wait, may nagbabati sa'yo, Tisha. Always ready to mingle ka daw. And, of course, Grace.
I know myself.
First, hi, Grace. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to our game show. Everybody, choose your donor.
Ang hirap.
Sino?
Piolo.
Okay.
Papa P and Derek Ramsey.
Papa P. Wait, you chose both, Bea?
No, I'm saying it because we're a podcast sometimes, right?
Ayaw nga pala, sorry. Guys, the first one, Papa P or Derek Ramsey?
Papa.
So si Doc Aubrey, Papa P.
Gusto mag-choose doc. I'm still analyzing.
Undecided.
Their abs are both excellent, pero
Correct.
abs are not genetic, diba? So not counted. Uh, Yolo has a nice head of hair. I don't want my kid to have
Kalbuhin.
balding genetic. So I'm gonna go with Papa Pichu. I'll go on
Okay, I love it. Papa P winner.
Papa
Okay.
P for me as well, I have to say. Papa P
Sorry,
is a
Derek.
classic.
Feeling.
Classic.
Okay, ito next. Here.
Oh,
John Lloyd
wow.
or Jericho Rosales?
Oh, this is hard.
Okay, Game Bea. Sino ka?
Okay, John Lloyd. I like his features. Mukha siyang mabait. Mukha lang. But he
Like
looks
a
like a
wild-
good boy. If I were to have a kid, I would like it to look nice. And,
Okay, how about you, Doc?
I think I'll choose Jericho.
I'm with Doc. Jericho rin ako.
Doc,
How
you're
about
the
you, Tisha?
safest. I'm also with Jericho. He's a
Wow.
very athletic man. I want my kid to be an Olympian. So
I like si Tisha talaga may I want like tama. Okay.
Mine is just like, I feel like it's not a sperm donor. I feel like it's a partner.
Ito, this is gonna be a quick one. Just shot your answer.
Hmm.
Chris Evans or Henry Cavill?
Oh, Henry Cavill. That's it.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, for sure. Classic.
Chris
I-
Evans.
Oh.
Chris Evans. Ikaw, Tisha.
Tisha, what's
Yeah.
your foresight?
Ayoko kasi ng balbon.
Ayaw mo ng balbon
excellent.
doon.
I'm gonna go with Chris Evans.
Okay, ito. Last
Imagine
international
my house with
natin.
lots of hair in the floor.
Classic. George Clooney, Brad Pitt.
Oh my God, is this even Brad Pitt for sure?
Pwede ba both joke?
Mix, can they mix their...
Oo, mix na lang.
Permulet.
Okay.
I'll go Brad because we've seen
Brad.
him as a baby in Benjamin Button. He was a cute baby.
Oh, yes. I'll also go for Brad.
Wow,
Okay,
ang
last-
deep known reasoning.
Last and my favorite combo. Pick one. Goma or Agamulak?
Agamulak.
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 Nakita niyo naman yung
Agamulak.
anak, di ba?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Tisha, ikaw aga ka rin?
I'll copy you guys na lang. I trust you. I think with the guy in the left baka he's ano.
Richard Gomez?
Pogi rin siya actually. He's very pogi. Okay.
Sige. Okay.
Okay.
Wow, that was a fun little warm up,
Thank you,
Shari.
guys.
I really just enthralled my night seeing those beautiful
Wow.
men. But okay, so usually we have a anonymous letter. So we'll start off with this before we jump into the discussion. So, dear thirsty girls, your topic for this week is so timely. I'm a hardworking corporate and independent woman. I've been looking to freeze my eggs. I decided to tell my parents about it. The reaction was not what I expected. They said, "What for? Just do it the natural way. You'll meet the one. You're still young." I'm 30. I know I'm still young, but haven't had the best luck in dating. I was with someone who I couldn't see having kids with. Then I was with someone who I thought I would be perfect, but wasn't ready to commit. I've had a string of short-lived romances. I know my parents are my biggest cheerleaders, but I would like, I'm a sigurista. How do I convince them that egg freezing is worth it, even if I will find a man? Much love, Miss Independent. Yan.
Wow.
What do you think? Paano ba?
First and foremost, no, kasi egg freezing talaga has not yet been hugged in our society because of our culture, di ba? We know our parents want the natural way of conceiving and bago lang to kasi yung egg freezing eh. Parang less than 10 years ago lang to nag-start sa atin. Pero the technology has been in the world since 2000, early 2000s. So, parang hindi pa siya ganong open sa ating culture. Maybe because of the cost, number one. Yun talaga yung pinaka rate limiting step natin. It's the cost. Expensive. And number two is there are certain laws that prevents yung use of egg freezing. And
Yeah.
we'll discuss that later.
Mm-mm.
But what do you advise, like, as a doctor, how do you advise someone who wants to convince their parents that they want to freeze their eggs?
Well, actually, it's the best way to, uh, if you're not yet ready to start a family and
Mm.
you're not yet ready to settle down yet, you haven't found the one.
Mm.
You want to take hold of your time, di ba? Ayaw mong isipin
Mm-mm.
or you don't want to pressure yourself na, ay, kailangan ko na magmadali. I need to get a partner na so that I can give apo to my parents. So it's
Mm-mm.
the best way to control to control your time.
I love that.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
call Dr. Aubrey to explain it to your parents.
Tisha, Tisha, do
Tisha,
you have
yeah.
advice? Okay, girl.
I don't know what advice I'd give. I think it's more trying to ask the parents exactly what they think the cons are of doing the egg freezing. I mean, sure, you can go do it the natural way, but why not the not natural way? It's the same outcome, except you shell out a few dollars. So
Just a
I think,
few.
yeah, just ask.
A couple.
Yeah.
The real reason is gonna come out for sure, and then you'll be able to answer it.
Yeah.
Practical. Yes.
Yes. And
I like that.
also, when you freeze your egg at an earlier age, no, mas better yung quality of your eggs. As compared if you decided to get pregnant late 35 or when you reach 35 years old, the quality of your eggs diminish.
Yeah.
So, Doc, before we dive in, I'm curious ako, quality ba namin medyo mababa na at 30, at the tender age of 31?
It starts to diminish. The quality and the numbers starts to diminish. But at age 35, that's the time that it will rapidly decline.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay,
Okay.
so Miss Independent, my advice for you though is to start a little bank account, put, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000 every month. And then by
Save.
the time you have the money, talk to your parents about it and then say, I'm ready to pay for
Or
it.
just tell your parents after.
Oo nga,
Correct.
Done.
exactly. Wala namang consent
You
form
sound like an
nun.
adult. Yeah, you can do it. Mm-mm. Okay. So, ladies, let's dive in our discussion. The first part of this, we usually do a three-parter, right? So, first part is the psychology behind it and the personal reasoning. Why do we women now want to freeze our eggs? So, Tisha, we'll go to you. How has dating been during the pandemic? And this is what triggered your egg freezing plan.
Yeah, well, even before the pandemic, dating was really rough. I'm not kidding. I think with all these apps popping up, no one really wants to, or no one really bothers to meet organically. And
Yeah.
honestly, I've recently just gone on the apps because they really say that's where you can find a lover. And really, thumbs down. 9
Thumbs
out of
down.
10.
No
They're
lovers.
weird. No offense to those on dating apps. Maybe I just did swipe right on you. But the ones that I have, weird.
What was the
So-
weirdest?
Uh-oh,
What's the
weirdest.
weirdest, Tisha?
weirdest. So there was this, I think one of my first matches. So we were having a really nice conversation on the app, and he was cute. He was like Korean French or something, very very
Ooh.
cute. So then we were like, he was like, "Can I get your number?" And I was like, "Sure." So the next day we were WhatsApping, but then it was a work day, so I had a full day of work, and I couldn't reply instantly. And I'd see his messages, but I didn't want to respond until I was free so we could have a conversation. Then I'd see like, wow, you take so long to respond after like 30 minutes from the last message. And then an hour later, like, hey, I'm still here. And then like 3 hours, he's like, okay, bye. And then when I opened the message, he deleted all the cycle text before it. And I was like, dude, no. So then I was like,
Red flag.
that's the biggest red flag. After we talked for just one day, he's already clingy AF. So then I lost that. And then I was like, no, my eggs, they're frozen.
Wow. They're clingy, and then there are people that are not so clingy na medyo they're cold, right? It can be.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Mahirap yan. How about you, Shari, before, in the past? How was like dating? Like, you think
Me?
when we were probably young, like probably 20s?
Well, dating has always been, I don't know, I've always been so scared of men. I
Yeah.
always think of like worst case scenario kasi syempre in our culture you're exposed to the worst kinds of men sometimes, with the whole infidelity thing. And then, I mean, I think in the Philippines, there are a lot of single mothers because I don't know. It's always been a fear of mine. But one thing that I've always wanted was to have kids. So in the back of my head, I always like, I have to secure my plan. Don't know why I haven't secured my plan yet. But today, I think online dating is great. I think may mga okay lang man ang mga lalaki. Nabawi.
Virtual dating is good for Shari, basically.
I know.
How about you, Dr. Aubrey? How was dating for you, by the way? I'm just curious.
Well,
During
for me,
med school.
during med school, I dated at least twice, no? Kasi very limited ang time when you're studying. And pero usually since I dated also yung mga med students din also. So parang we both have other worlds, sorry. Kasi the man that I've dated before is a surgeon. So meron siya sariling mundo, doon sa surgery, ako OB-GYN, so may sariling mundo din ako. So, when we meet, no, medyo pagod na, so wala ring time. And then, in the long run, hindi rin naman nag-work. So, yon. I decided to date a non-showbiz. Para sa amin, non-showbiz means parang not included in medicine. Yeah, non-med. So, I decided to date non-showbiz guys. So, yon. Mas maraming time to meet each other. And he as long as he understands my schedule, wala namang problem. And by the way, online dating naman, very patok yan sa mga doctors, no? Kasi, di ba, we usually...
Wala akong nakita ng doctors.
Yung mga OB-GYN, no, natatapos kami at age 30 to 35, no? Yun yung range namin pag natapos kami ng OB-GYN proper. And then, pag nag-fellowship, mga 35 years old ka na matatapos. So that's the time that we do online dating. My friends found their partner through online dating. I have two friends na they met online through an app. So, ikasal na sila ngayon and they have a kid.
Which app does sabi ni Tisha? Was it the one that starts with a T or a B?
Can I mention that? That's CMB.
CMB.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Never ko pala na-try.
I tried that and they kept giving me 3 bagels. Use your 3 bagels. I'm going to bagels. Give me a bag. Yeah, only surgeons can get it.
Okay, wait. Tisha, I'm curious, like hearing all these challenges in dating and then experiencing it yourself, has it given you more anxiety to find like a baby daddy?
Yes and no.
Okay.
No, because I do think I still have a few years, according to my Googling, before I really do need to start freezing my eggs. But also with the experience I've had now, I'm losing hope that there will be a baby daddy. So yeah, but my anxiety is more there than the eggs rotting itself. Because I feel like, at that point where I really feel like there will be no baby daddy, then at least I can just go to the hospital and be like, take it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, wala kang baby daddy and then you have your eggs frozen. That would be another issue to discuss, no? Kasi when it comes to egg freezing and then you decide to have a baby on your own, walang daddy yung baby. Dun sa in our country it's not allowed, no? We have, although we don't have certain law about it, pero yung reproductive law na sinubmit was before egg freezing pa eh. So baka magbago yon, no?
Sana magbago. Kasi what's the point, diba? That's a big con. Yes, Tisha, you have...
Doc, I have a question.
We love Doc Aubrey daw.
Thank you.
What if I take my eggs and then bring it to another country
Yeah, you can do that. You can have your eggs frozen here and then send it somewhere. You can do it in China, in India, but not in the Philippines.
Yeah, in India,
It's
particular.
hard. Can I bring my eggs myself? Like I'll ride the plane with it, or is there like a
There,
special
you need a
transportation for it?
special, yeah, you need a special transportation carrier. Kasi ano yan
Ah,
eh, may certain temperature. Parang
Because you can't
mag,
hand
imahe.
carry it. You can't put
Hindi
magtosya
it
mo
sa
siya
on the
pwede
flight.
go.
i-hand
A
carry.
smaller bag.
Okay.
Okay. Doc,
Interesting.
speaking of mga baby daddies, why do you think men are in such different timelines? Why they have no pressure in them?
Well, there's no pressure in them, no? Kasi even by 60s to 70s, they still produce sperm, no? They have no parang biologic clock like us. They still produce the same amount of sperm, millions of sperm. So we just need one sperm to fertilize an egg, and they produce millions. Imagine
Does
that.
it decline also with age for them?
No, no.
I
Sweet
hate
It,
them.
talaga.
I
it
hate
may
men.
it may decline if they have some bisyo, pero it may
Okay.
decline as pero very very low lang, and we only need one sperm to fertilize an egg and they produce millions. Kung
And they have
mag-decline man
millions.
yon, yeah, kung
Konti.
mag-decline lang yon, konti lang.
Doc, we have a question, but aren't the transport risks high when you transfer your frozen eggs overseas?
There are risks, no? There are risks that some eggs may be um, thawed or mawala during transport, pero very minimal lang, no?
Mm-mm.
Usually, ano naman, harvest lots of eggs, like 10 to 20 eggs, no? So, kung may mawawala man, siguro 1 to 2. Pero, because medyo, ano na yung technology natin, eh, upgraded na yung technology natin, and we know better, no? So, we were
Mm-mm.
able to prevent those things naman to happen.
Wait, Doc, I'm really interested about this whole male benefit. Like they have an advantage in the world. I want to know though, this one disadvantage they have is they mature slower. Why do they mature slower than women?
Well, we don't have an evidence yet to explain why they mature slower, or actually we mature faster 10 years earlier than guys. Actually, di ba, sa puberty pa lang manonotice natin na we started to start puberty 5 years before men or boys too, di ba? So doon pa
Yeah.
lang, then yung cognitive sa brain naman, no, yung in terms of maturity sa brain, we mature 10 years faster than them. And
So, kailangan
we
nila
can't
for men 10
explain.
years older.
I did that,
Yes.
guys. It didn't work.
Yes.
So
Wala, hindi
20
walang
years,
formula.
20 years older na lang.
Pretty yan. Doc, before we dive in, can you hi Marielle, can you give her us like a ballpark figure muna
Yeah.
as to the cost? Ballpark na, we'll discuss it more later.
The amount of the
Yeah, like
The
how much
cost,
does it cost? Average, but we
Okay,
can
Total.
discuss
so
more.
so the process of giving the hormones, the entire process to produce mature eggs costs around 300 to 500,000. Pero iba pa yon sa actual storage fee, which you pay annually, about 10 to 12,000. So the entire process of producing eggs and harvesting the eggs is 300 to 500,000.
Wow.
It is a life though.
Diba?
It
Hindi
is
siya
for-
mura.
Yeah, I
Hindi siya
mean it
mura
is
man.
cheap for a life, but it's an investment truly.
True.
Okay, we'll go into why should we really freeze our eggs and pretty much the science of it. But before that, Dr. Aubrey, I think we had a pre-interview before and we talked a little bit about your love life, your family life. I am just curious, at what age did you have a kid? And were you intentional about having a kid at that time, or did you ever think about freezing eggs?
Actually, limited ang budget natin, so hindi ko talaga naisip ang egg freezing kahit na available siya. So, since limited ang budget, all I can think about is at age 35, I have to get my partner na, the right partner that I can give my eggs to, so that I can have a baby. Kasi ang goal ko talaga is before 35, magka-baby na. So, kailangan mag-goal nyo siya. Gawin nyo siyang goal in life. So, I did that. And fortunately, I was able to date an older man. So, Yan, we have a baby na by age 35. So, yun. You have to make it a goal.
Wait, when did you start looking? Like you knew that 35? Because I am 32 and 32, right? Okay, on January. So that means there's 3 more years. And I never really thought about that until, but then you meet a lot of people that get married after 10 years. So I'm just wondering how many months before you got pregnant did you say,
Siya
it's
na.
time? It's
Or
time.
up front na this is my timeline, ganon, Doc?
Actually, when it comes to marriage, no, I did not put myself into pressure to get married immediately. So, I prioritized yung my pregnancy. No? I want to have a baby na. So, getting married can come next. No?
Yeah.
So, when yung dati kong partner, yung surgeon na
Showbiz. Yung showbiz.
showbiz ex, at the time na we're still training and nakakita ko na parang hindi kami nagmamatch or hindi na kami nagkakaintindihan. That was, I was at age 33 at that time. So, that's the time that I said to myself na, I have to move on. I have to get another partner na magbibigay sa akin ng baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need a
So,
sperm donor.
know when to move on. Tama.
Yes, you have to move on. No? If you think that you're in a, yung relationship mo is not the right thing for you, and yung goal mo talaga, and you desire to have a baby talaga, you have to move on, forget the past, and move on.
Okay, thank you, Doc.
I like that.
Thank you, Doc.
Sige, Bea. Okay.
Thank you, Doc.
I got it.
Ay, ako na.
Yeah.
Just gonna
You know,
freeze
it's-
my eggs and then we'll
Okay.
see how.
It's
So-
really painful to move on, but hindi mawawala yung pain until makahanap ka ng new one to give you joy.
Kung babasag na si Bea. Okay. So, Doc, we are 31, Bea and I. Tisha, you are younger than us by a lot. You are?
I'm turning 26 this year.
Bagets.
Oh,
Fresh.
so yeah.
Fresh
So,
eggs.
Doc, tell us. Nga, super fresh. At what age does fertility drop? AKA, when do we start not being fresh?
It starts to drop by age 30, no? Pero it rapidly declines at age 35. So, yun na yun. Nag-start na yun mag-tick by age 35. Pero 30 to 35, yeah, you can still enjoy that time. Don't be pressured.
I love that. Enjoy your time. I agree with that.
Yes.
Does the quality of your egg really decline? So let's say at 30, but you said it's starting to decline. My egg at 32, is that like half the quality of 30? How does it work?
Not really, pero nagkakaroon na tayo ng mga chromosomal problems or aneuploidy, no? Kapag advanced age na tayo nagkaroon ng pregnancy. Nagiging common yung miscarriage. Pero yung eggs natin, no, from 1 million, kasi pag pinanganak tayo, meron tayong 1 to 2 million of egg cells, no? Pag dating natin ng mga 35 years old, nasa 25,000 na lang yan eh. So imagine the drop, di ba? So 12% na lang yung chances natin ng pregnancy every month kapag 35 years old ka na.
At this age, Doc, ilang percent na lang yung chance of pregnancy at mga 31?
At 30s, no, nasa 20% pa yan. So, higher than konti.
Is that good?
Tisha's age?
Tisha's age is 50%.
Oh my God, Tisha.
Bakit what? Half lang?
That is the naman, chances of getting pregnant every month. So, you can try every month naman.
So, 2 months pa lang, the odds are in your favor. Doc, we have an audience question.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, Jess.
Can I freeze my eggs if I have PCOS?
Yes. Actually, we do advise them also, no, yung mga nahihirapan magbuntis lalo na may PCOS. Kasi patients with PCOS have difficulty in pregnancy because they are not ovulating. Di sila nangingitlog. So, mas maganda yung egg freezing sa mga may medical problems like PCOS or endometriosis para makasecure tayo ng mature eggs. Hindi kasi nagmamature yung eggs ng mga may PCOS eh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on, Tisha. You were gonna say something.
Yeah, I just have a question for Doc. If you freeze your eggs earlier, are the chances of your child to be healthy higher than if you freeze it in an older age?
Of course, yes. Oo,
Yeah.
mas healthy ang eggs mo eh. So,
Okay.
mas healthy yung magiging baby mo or yung genes mo na ipapasa sa baby, healthier.
Even if the vessel, let's say my eggs are now 31, and then the vessel, me, would be like 40,
Mm.
would I still come out with a
Yeah.
Pwede
fresh?
pa rin, yes.
Pwede rin.
Mas better compared to 35 to 40, di ba? Better na
Yeah.
yung iba.
35 and 40.
The egg age, not the human age. So if I want to give birth at 45 with my 26-year-old egg, that's still
Yes. That's
Okay.
very,
Wow.
that's very nice. Oo.
Tisha,
Kasi
now is
bata
your
yung eggs.
moment.
That was
It's
your
your time.
moment.
You're gonna see me at 6 years old pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh,
do-
pag nag-menopause na, we cannot do that anymore, di ba? So, that's the problem with egg freezing, di ba? So, you have to find a surrogate mother if ever na menopause ka na. Kasi wala ka ng hormones na magsusupply sa eggs.
Oh, pala yun.
Yeah. So,
I didn't know that.
kaso, ang problem nga, di ba, the surrogacy or surrogate mother is not allowed here in the Philippines din, di ba?
Alam nila ng bawal at alam bawal.
We have another.
Is it because of the religion or wala lang? They just want to make rules.
Yun yung based on the ethical guidelines of the society nung reproductive endocrinology and infertility. That's based on their guidelines. And sa law naman natin, in terms of legality, wala pa kasing formal law about it. So wala pa talaga strict law about it.
We have a question here from Erica Lem. What is the probability of a frozen egg working as compared
Erica, that's a great question, Erica.
Yes, that's a great question.
Great question.
Actually, the ones that were harvested actually are high yield. Ibig sabihin, okay yung mga na-harvest. Usually 90% of them will be good eggs, no? Kunyari 10 to 20 eggs harvested, siguro less than 5 yung hindi mo magagamit doon or hindi magagamit as mature eggs. We have good yield naman in terms of egg harvesting.
I'm curious, if I want to get pregnant at 35 or 34 or 33 or whenever someone will get me pregnant, what are the odds and risks to getting pregnant in your mid-30s? Because I'm at 32. It's something you think about, right? It's gonna be fast. Like 4 years is like wala na yan. What do you think, Doc? What are the risks?
Oo. So, di ba, kung nasa mid-30s ka na, nag-increase na yung chances of miscarriage at that time due to yun nga, chromosomal abnormalities, no? And of course, pregnancy complications, no? If nag-freeze ka ng egg, then na-implant siya sa'yo, we have possible complications in pregnancy such as diabetes mellitus and pre-eclampsia. So, those are the things.
Okay. So, Doc, we did discuss na it is a bit costly, right? A little bit.
Yes.
What are the
Wala, Shari.
Oh.
I think she's asking.
Am I back?
though.
I'm back now.
Yeah, you are back.
Hello?
Go for it. You're
Your
back.
face is
I'm
there.
back.
You're
Okay. My face froze. Okay, so what are the where was I? What
Your
are the
alternatives.
alternatives to egg freezing? Because nga it is so costly. Meron bang mga plan B?
Well, di ba egg freezing kasi you want to parang store it para gamitin mo in the future. If gusto mo na ulit kung gusto mo na magbuntis, actually expensive pa rin yung mga IUI, intrauterine insemination and in vitro fertilization. They're also expensive actually. Nasa 300 to 500,000 pa din sila. So, for alternatives, wala pa sa ngayon. So, yon, ipon-ipon muna.
Ipon, guys. Ipon.
I'm curious, are there payment plans though? Like, or, credit card promo where it's like 0% installment?
No.
Or do I have to really I have to pay for it like fall or as
It's
you
out
get
of
the
the
treatment?
pocket. Yeah,
Oh,
it's out of the
wow.
pocket. It's not covered by insurance. So, that's the cons, no?
Yeah. Wow.
Actually, you
okay.
know, my company actually pays for egg freezing in full. So if you want to
Wow.
get your eggs frozen, join a tech company.
Wow.
Ah.
Okay, I like
Wow.
this.
Okay.
That's a good
Definitely
tip.
look at different industry.
If you really want it.
Wow.
So we
Okay.
have another question before you move on. Has there ever been
Mhm.
a successfully recorded live birth resulting from frozen eggs in the Philippines? It seems like
In the
the tech
Philippines,
is
yeah.
pretty new in the country.
Marami na. Actually, marami na. It's not new. 2015 pa lang nag-start na yan. We already have 7 centers here in the Philippines as of the moment. Before, that's 2 centers lang sila. Pero marami na yan. May mga artista na rin you can search. Hindi ko lang maalala kung sino eh. Pero,
Isa Calzado, Celine. No, Celine
oo,
didn't freeze
yeah.
her eggs.
Pero yung
Who
live
else?
birth, madami na yan. Yung mga
Oh,
non-showbiz, yeah, madami na.
Okay, another
Actually, I have a friend who told me that her nephew was actually a frozen egg baby, and then I asked her, is your nephew okay naman?" Sabi niya, "Okay naman siya, spoiled lang." So, yun lang
because
yung
the
yun lang yung
investment
risk.
is there.
Treat them like
The golden
Uh,
child, basically.
another question. How many tries does it usually take for it to be successful?
We only do it once, no? So the process is, syempre meron tayo mga screening muna for STD and other illness if you have medical conditions. And then we start on the second day of your menstruation. So we usually give injections for 10 days, 10 to 12 days. Depende kung meron na tayo makitang eggs sa ultrasound. So during the injections, daily injections yan for 10 days. So that's the only pain that you will feel, the daily injections for 10 to 12 days. So during the injections, no, we usually do an ultrasound to check if may nagmamature na eggs. And then after the cycle of 10 to 12 days, hormonal injections to stimulate maturation of the eggs, that's the time that we schedule to harvest the eggs. So we do it just once. Kapag ready na, if by ultrasound makikita natin na marami ka ng mature eggs, that's the only time that we will harvest.
And then also, Doc, on average, you don't really collect. Like I've read that sometimes you just get 8 or 10. So if you want more, you just do it over and over again, and you build like a stockpile.
Pwede. Yes, you can repeat that on your next cycle. But kasi nga mahal siya, 'di ba? So one time big time na lang, 'di ba?
Sky's the limit. And what we do.
Saka we usually aim for mga 10 to 20 eggs. Pero syempre, if you're older, let's say you're 35 years old na, mas maraming injections yon kasi mas konti na yung na-harvest na eggs eh.
Yeah. Wait, I'm still concerned being almost mid-30s. What can I do to lessen the decline of the health of my eggs? Is there something I can do, like extra exercise, 1 hour
Massage.
extra? How many calories do I need to burn?
Vitamins.
Actually, maintaining yourself in your ideal body weight will really help.
Okay.
No? Actually, wala kang magagawa eh. Talagang mag-diminish yung number of eggs mo kahit anong gawin mo. So, just prevent yung mga factors that causes or rapidly decreases the number of eggs. Like, example, cigarette smoking and alcohol. The studies show that drinking and smoking rapidly decreases the quality and the quantity of your eggs.
So freeze your eggs
Okay,
sa day,
wala tayong
and then you
magagawa.
can smoke and
So,
drink until you're sick.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Exactly.
gonna do it. I think
So,
by
Doc,
next
if
year.
you would suggest nga the age, now you like just tell somebody just do it at this age. Now, if money wasn't an object, what age would you suggest na best time to freeze?
So you can consider that at age 30.
30.
30
Okay.
to 35.
30 to 35. So,
Pero
Tisha,
better if you're younger, di ba? Kasi mas bata yung eggs mo.
Yeah,
Doc, I have
good
a
addition.
question. How long does the whole process take? Because I have a friend who told me, so I'm not very informed. So it's only like my friend told me.
Yes.
My friend told me you have to stay in the hospital now for 2 weeks during this procedure. True or false?
False. It's an outpatient basis. Actually, you can inject nga eh. Kung meron kang kakilala na nurse sa bahay, you can do the injections daily. Pero you should meet with your OB-GYN every other day para lang ma-check yung eggs kung may nagmamature na eggs.
Every other day. Oh, okay.
Some OB-GYN do that, no? Yung every other day na injection sa bahay, and then pag nagpunta sa clinic, sabay na injection tsaka ultrasound.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So Doc, now, so on our third part, we have decided to freeze our eggs. Bea and I are super for freezing it. So how should we go about it? What are the actionable steps? So we had a question from our audience. Does freezing your eggs affect the quality of the remaining eggs that you have? Like if you go through the procedure?
Yeah, like nadidisturb ba sila?
Hindi disturb? No.
Okay.
Hindi naman. We just produce new eggs. No, we produce mature eggs every month, diba? 1 egg every month. So that's what happens. So babalik tayo doon sa normal cycle natin to produce eggs in one egg in each cycle.
Okay.
Nagkakaroon lang tayo ng production of mature eggs kasi we're giving hormones for this cycle. Pero on your next cycle, babalik na siya sa normal. And the quality and the quantity of your eggs will remain.
Okay, that's good to know.
Doc and Tisha maybe answer. Also, Shari, I want to know about this. Someone also asked this. I think Pia, my sister. Who should pay for egg freezing? So, for example, a woman, she's single, she'll pay for it. But then when she gets married to a man, should he not pay for the other half? Because they're sharing this child. What do you guys think? Who should pay for it? Is it the woman's
That's a nice
choice?
question.
Yeah, that's really
Good job,
great.
Pia. Good job, Pia.
Paano kung wala pa yung guy, diba?
Pag dumating nga siya, babayaran ba? Bibigyan ng bill. Here you go. 50% reimbursed.
Ito from somebody
May
who
utang na agad
is
siya.
for somebody who is not in that situation. In my head, if I feel like it's just his decision that he wants to wait, and I'm game na and I'm ready, but for some weird reason he isn't, I'm like, hindi ko magbayad. Bakit ako gagasa sa ikaw yung ayaw pa? So I think that would be my...
True. Siya bang
Diba?
pay in full?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's not Pia's pala. Sorry, she's saying. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So, tapos kapag mutual decision naman na we both want to wait, 50-50. It's our kid. Yun.
Correct.
How about you, Tisha and Doc?
I agree with you.
I agree. I don't see any situation where I should pay in full because if it's his sperm going to canoodle with my egg, literally, show me your money. You might even have to pay it 2/3 because I'm gonna be the one fat. So
Yeah.
I think it's like a woman's choice. I feel like they should pay for it. I don't know. Just me. But then that's a weird.
What if offer siya Bea?
Oh, okay. Welcome. If he offers to pay for it, why?
New husband to come down should pay for the egg thawing plus the IVF. Tama. Let's just divide all the gastos. Tama yan.
Correct. Oo, kasi mahal din yung IVF.
True. Tama. Smart.
So, Doc, we discussed then at what age do we seriously have to consider freezing our eggs, right? So, 30 to 35. The question, is the procedure painful? Past the injections, the whole thing. How about post-procedure pain?
Post-procedure pain, you can only feel mild dysmenorrhea, which is tolerable and can be addressed with yung pain relievers, oral pain relievers. Kasi yung actual procedure of harvesting the eggs, you're sedated, you're under anesthesia. So you won't feel a thing.
No bruising. Like, you know how you see a few people, they bruise easily with injections, or would there be that effect to the skin or wherever?
Yung sa skin kasi lalagyan ka ng IV fluid, diba? So, yun lang naman yung bruising. Pero in terms of harvesting, kasi the way we harvest the eggs, kasi, diba, alam niyo ba yung transvaginal ultrasound? A probe will be inserted inside your vagina. So, nandun na rin yung needle. So, the needle will prick the vagina, the posterior portion of your vagina. And after the procedure, wala kasing walang sensation dun sa posterior part of your vagina, so hindi mo ma-feel yun. Kung may ma-feel ka man, mga dysmenorrhea lang because of the movement of your uterus and the ovaries.
Okay.
Doc, are you asleep during the procedure or just a local?
You can be asleep or you can have parang numbed yung lower part of the legs. Pwedeng tulog, pwedeng hindi.
Okay.
Depende sa usapan niyo ng
Wow.
OB.
I like this
Oh.
also, guys. Here's another one. The boy should pay for all. They don't have to get the injections or give birth. Tama, Erica Lim. You're correct.
Tama naman. Where are those dream men that get that? What are the pros and cons of egg freezing here in the Philippines specifically? Because I understand you already touched a little bit about that, but Dr. Aubrey, can you give us the
In
quick
the
overview?
Philippines, in the Philippines, the egg freezing technology is already efficient. And as I've said, good yield na tayo, no? Hindi naman tayo nahuli dyan sa egg freezing eh. So as I've mentioned, marami na tayong centers na gumagawa ng egg freezing. In terms of cons, yun nga, it's expensive, it's out of the pocket, and it's not covered by insurance. So save, save, save.
And the
Or work
husband,
for
you need to
tech.
find a husband, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the main
Yeah.
thing.
Correct,
That's a bit
correct.
of a,
Yeah, another thing, yung mga limitations natin when it comes to fertilization. Kasi when you start to use your eggs na tapos wala ka namang husband or yung walang legal husband, they're not allowed to use it for fertilization.
And how do we prepare ourselves physically and emotionally to freeze our eggs?
Well, physically, you have to be healthy, diba? You have to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Cut back on your caffeine. You can only take 1 cup of coffee per day kasi it also decreases the quality of the eggs. And if
Oh, it
you're
does?
smoking,
Caffeine?
caffeine, too much caffeine, yes.
Only on the days that you're doing it, or
Yes,
just
yes.
in general? Only on the
In
days.
general, it decreases the quality of your eggs. Too much, no? Kasi we have a limit in consumption of caffeine. 200 milligrams per day is the allowed amount of caffeine that we can take. So 200 milligrams of caffeine is equivalent to 3 cups of instant coffee or 1 cup of Starbucks coffee kasi matapang yung Starbucks coffee. Diba? So
Anong
just,
size, Doc? Pwede malaki.
I'm not, yung 200 ml. 200 ml cup.
Oh my gosh. So now pa lang na we don't want to freeze our eggs, just to keep ourselves our eggs healthy, dapat we should start cutting caffeine na.
Cut caffeine, yeah. Oo, that's one of the
Oh,
advices that we give. And syempre, no smoking and alcohol din, kasi dinidecrease
I have
the
a-
number of eggs.
I have an anonymous question. Does birth control, because this is something we battle with my dad a lot, na hindi daw mabubuntis ang tao dahil sa birth control. Or parang mahirapan in the future.
Mahirapan?
Does birth control affect the health of your eggs, the number of eggs that you will have?
No.
Okay.
No.
No?
No. Kasi piniprevent lang niya yung ovulation, but it doesn't affect the production of your eggs and the
Okay.
quantity.
Okay. So birth control is okay, but please talk to your doctor before you take them.
Correct.
So I'm going to say, go to consult
I have
MD.
a question on the shots, the shots that you need when you're doing egg freezing. Does it make you feel anything negative? Like I can't work that day when I'm doing the injections?
You can still work actually. You can only feel yung mga mood swings, slight headache, some breast tenderness, but all the symptoms are tolerable.
Do your breasts get bigger?
No.
Forever?
Now we have another question. Unless did you ask this, Nabea, because I disappeared again for a bit.
No,
Here.
we haven't. We haven't asked that.
Okay, those planning to get pregnant are told to stop using tretinoin. Does this also apply to those who plan to freeze their eggs? Will tret or other skincare have adverse effects on the harvested eggs?
What's tretinoin?
Tretinoin.
It's like a retin aid.
It
Isa,
is
if you're
a-
listening, please respond.
Dermatological product siya, na nagko-cause ng mga congenital anomalies sa baby. So, it causes mutation. So, if you want your babies to be healthy, and if you're trying to get pregnant, don't use tretinoin, or ask your OB-GYN if it is safe to use tretinoin.
Wow, I have no idea what
So,
that
so,
was.
so same with eggs. Doc, when you're
Same.
gonna freeze, don't use it na rin if you're gonna freeze eggs.
If you're going to freeze egg, it's safe not to use it. Kasi we don't know kung it
It's
will
gonna-
affect the chromosomes of the ovaries. The eggs, sorry.
Okay.
Wow.
Love it. This is a
This
lot of
is this
information
I know, I'm just like, usually we
in
can
there.
wind it down, but I feel like I have way more questions on this. But this is everyone who's watching, this is pretty much the start of our series. We're gonna be talking to a lot more people, but do we have another question? Okay. I'm glad we answered Grace your question. So we have one more question. From Alyssa. Hello. If it is illegal in my country and I decide to get my eggs freezed in another country, technically I can still give birth in my home country, right?
Yeah.
Alyssa, that's an excellent question
So,
because that's what I'm
it-
battling with right now. I'm in Singapore and it's illegal to freeze my eggs here.
Really?
So I want
Okay.
to do it in the film. Yeah, it's
why?
illegal. The government says it's a profoundly selfish act because we'd rather freeze it than go canoodle with randos and give birth right now.
Oh, I did not
Ah,
know that. That is interesting.
But I remember in college they would study Singapore how they would have campaigns to help people match up. I feel like, in
Yeah.
the Philippines they should help single women like us, help us match us up, just help
Yes.
us. Wow, okay. That's so interesting. I didn't know that was a selfish act.
Wow, I did not know that.
I didn't know
Wow.
that.
Um
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
we can.
please submit your questions if you have more or any last couple. But I mean, we're coming down to like Sherry. Do you have other questions? We both look like scared and shocked. Like we look
I know. I
overwhelmed.
just want, like, if I want to get pregnant, like 34, safe pa naman yun, diba? To do. Kayang-kaya
Actually,
pa
sorry,
rin.
just going back to Alyssa's question, I don't think we answered it. So what I
Mm.
heard from my friend was she froze her eggs in Malaysia and
Yeah.
then brought it over to Singapore to do IVF. So the answer is yes, girl.
There
Yes.
you
Just
go.
Oh, good job. Thank you,
In country
Tisha.
hub. Thank you,
I
Tisha,
know.
for wow, Doc. When you talk to your patients and they're asking about egg freezing, do they look like this, scared,
crazy
scared
eyes.
as hell?
And do you get more questions about it now versus like then?
No, actually, my patients have limited budget, no. So
Okay.
we don't discuss those topics. Yung
Yeah.
kaya lang ng budget nila.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
It would be interesting to get it to a point where it is affordable for people. But yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
If your doctors who do
Hopefully.
egg freezing pro bono, I see that on Grey's Anatomy, pro bono. Do they do that for egg freezing by any chance?
What does that mean?
Like
like
they do,
wala, do it
doctors
for
do
free.
surgery for free kung poor yung person.
Ah,
Can they do egg freezing for
mm,
free kung poor yung person?
wala pa. Hindi pa
Okay.
carry ng budget.
Doctors would be the first. Wow.
No.
We actually have may tata yung fertility center sa Philippine General Hospital. So hopefully in the coming years maging available yan sa mga indigent nating mga
Mm.
Filipino.
Yeah. Okay. That would be
Okay. Doc, here's another question. I think this is also a good one. In the Philippines, is there an age limit for when a woman can become pregnant through IVF using the eggs she froze years ago?
Walang age limit actually. Pero as long as you're still menstruating, it means that you still have the hormones capable to carry the child. You can still have it in IVF.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
I like this discussion. Parang
Yeah.
dami ko pong gusto tanungin.
Parang it's on the tip of my tongue. But
Oo,
basically,
parang I'm kulang. I don't want to miss any of the bases. Like, ang dami, there's so much in my head.
yeah.
But mm-mm.
But I mean, we have this whole series going on, and what we want to show people, it's like different perspectives. But Shari, I know we always feel like we're being schooled. So, what is your takeaway from this besides us looking? I can't tell if it's dating men is scarier than egg freezing. I don't know at the moment.
I think, okay, what did they learn? What did they take away from this? Knowledge is power, as usual. Do your research. There are a lot of things, especially with what Tisha said about Singapore and egg freezing. Due diligence is important in dating and in egg freezing. Due diligence is important. And I guess the biggest thing is expensive. It's
Yeah.
an investment that I think will be worth it. So, sooner the better you save, do it na, is my opinion. How about you, Bea?
For me, I've been looking at pain lately. I feel like it's such an interesting topic, and dating pain is excruciating. I don't know about emotional pain, it's the worst. But when it comes to like injections, going through the procedures, like when your monthly cycle, I feel like it's a pain that's a lot better than the
Tolerable.
dating pain. So, one vote for egg freezing, zero for rushing dating men. I think
Correct.
for me.
Same
Scout.
with Tisha. How about you? What did you learn today
Yeah.
from?
Well, I think what was most interesting to me was that there was when Doc said that there's actually none or even just very less pain associated with the procedure. Because a lot of the time when I mention it to my friends, like, I'm gonna do this, and like, won't it hurt so much? And it shocks me that that's even a factor. Won't it hurt more if you're not able to give birth, period?
Or with the
So-
wrong person. With the wrong
Exactly. So it's
person.
nice that we cleared up both ends. There's literally the only con is the price, guys. And just save.
Save.
Or marry a rich man and demand that he pays.
Tama, I like that also. Doc, last question before we let you go because
Sure,
here.
go ahead.
How long can you store your eggs? Can you harvest one time and just keep it there?
One lang? One egg?
I
No,
mean,
like,
like one round siguro.
once,
One-
yeah.
One round.
It's
Gano'ng katagal
indefinite.
pa di? Ay,
Indefinite. As long as you can pay for the annual fee, di ba?
Oh wait,
What if that
about
closed down
yeah.
yung hospital or nasunog? Basta may nangyari sa hospital.
Oh, yikes.
I'm not
Like,
sure about
na-bankrupt sila.
that.
We're such pessimists in this room today. It's
Imagine mo, you spend
someone just get
400,
us pregnant.
biglang nasira yung mga freezer. You're like, oh my
Siguro may
God.
insurance. Yung mga
Okay.
ganyang kasing, yung mga ganyang equipment sa hospital, sure may insurance yan. So, the insurance usually pays for the cost. Pero if nawala na yung eggs mo, wala. Sorry.
Oh my God, ang sakit nun.
I had a question, but
Bea, what
I
was
had
your
a question, but I can't remember it now. I'm just so terrified of. Oh yes, this drying eggs. Let's say you get 10 eggs and you can't. You only want like 2 kids, and then let's say you get the 2 kids in the process. What do you do with the 8 eggs if they're in some miracle? I know they don't all survive, but what do you do with the remaining eggs you don't really want to use?
If you don't want to store it we can just thaw it, no? Hindi naman siya yung like embryo na nabuo na, di ba?
Oh, okay.
So, kasi pagdating sa embryo, we have ethical issues pagdating sa disposal of it, di ba? Pero eggs lang naman kasi siya eh. So, if you don't want to store it now, we will just store it and discard it.
Okay, so it's the embryo that's the issue.
Yes,
Not the
yes.
egg. Okay, that's good to
Yeah.
know. Wow.
So, I know. I like this. So, thank you, Dr. Aubrey. Dr. Aubrey, how about you? Did you learn anything from us today? Feeling
Yes,
giving our
I've learned,
takeaways.
I learned, no, lalo na kay Tisha, no, regarding yun nga sa Singapore, no, illegal pala siya.
Super illegal. Unless you're
Okay.
doing chemotherapy, then they give you exception.
Because that's how it started, right? It's really because of like I think it was created in Melbourne, right? Where there was if I'm not mistaken, there was someone who had cancer and she couldn't have kids, so they started to play around with freezing eggs. So there you go. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Love
another
it.
option.
Yeah.
Okay. So, again, thank you, Dr. Aubrey and Tisha. If people want to reach you, how should they reach you?
Well, they can always book with Consulta MD. We have great specialists there. We also have an infertility specialist in Consulta MD if they want to book. And if they have concerns with fertility issues, they can book with Consulta MD.
Yeah.
Yes, and guys, use the promo code KMDTNT to get a free 1-month consultation. How about you, Tisha? If people want to slide in your DMs, how should they do it?
Yeah.
If you're a male species who wants to, try your luck with my unfrozen eggs, you can email me at victoriapcr@gmail.com. Or if you're interested in freezing your eggs and want a companion, I am looking for an egg freezing mate.
I'm gonna hit you up.
We can hold hands while they inject us. we can inject each other, I'm also down for that. Yeah.
Oh my God, we should retreat in a place. Uso daw yung egg freezing retreats. You can do like
Wow.
I
trip and sleep.
know.
Sounds like a
We can make
cult.
it sabay-sabay plastic surgery retreat and egg freezing retreat. So yeah, we can just have a whole medical weekend. Okay. So we're anything more? Any more questions, guys? Guys, come on. We're almost gonna.
Everyone's
Can you
super.
highlight Tia's comment? I think it's
Oh
very
yeah.
important
Also,
for
if
you.
you are a tech startup investor, please slide into her DMs.
Yes.
Yeah, why not? That's an exciting
With Series
exciting
B
world.
funding, meron pang addition with Series B funding of 15 million USD.
Oh,
Tisha-
So
I know
very
that's
specific.
30M. That's
Tisha,
230M.
I'm gonna send you an article about tech and startup investors and how it's like to be married to them. I'm gonna send it to you, and you might.
I'm not gonna
listen.
marry them. I just want the eggnog.
Yeah. Okay na yun.
Okay.
Para pang budge. Yeah. So, guys, we always want to give you a thorough discussion. So, on Sunday, we will be releasing an episode with Divine Lee to tell us who is an advocate for egg freezing. So, how she did it, why she did it, and how she feels after doing it. Because now she has a beautiful family. And then next week, we have Sam O, who froze her eggs and had a change of heart. So, this is also another interesting discussion to have. And
And
Bea
then we
did
have a
an
lot
interview.
more.
Yeah, plus
Yeah,
more.
we have so much more. We have another one from, I think it was Alexa, one of our listeners and friends. She got me to interview a woman named Ethel, a woman who is a lawyer studying to be a doctor, and she froze her eggs because of medical reasons. So we're trying to just, show you the whole gamut, and it's up to you really to make that decision. And really, as you can tell tonight, everyone's really thirsty to know. So, guys, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and submit your love problems or dating problems that is making you want to freeze your eggs, or milestones. If you found your baby daddy, please send us. Give us hope.
Yes. Or your
And-
egg freezing sponsor, tell us.
Yes, on thirsty and30.club, so you don't miss a beat. We also have a weekly newsletter. So tomorrow, I think I will focus on egg freezing. We send you hope, happiness, and humor all in your inbox, and it's a guide for the modern day woman. Para hindi kayo mabudol and you stay sane, basically. We all need to stay sane, really, because I'm so terrified, basically. Yeah.
I know. So thank you guys. We wish you luck with the egg freezing. More discussions about this to come. Send in your questions and see you next week. Stay thirsty, everybody. Bye.
Thirsty and 30.
Oh, we're still here.
And
Oh, it doesn't want to play.
thirsty and 30.
We're still here, Shari.
Oh, okay, guys. See you next week for Sam O.
Thirsty and 30.
Oh, wow. You might want to press the ending.